What's going on, everyone? It's Noah Game Bros here, and this is not me. And today I'm gonna be talking about some stuff, just having a chill time with my good friend Technoblade.
Hello. I am here, like always, but not always.
I mean, you've been in the past 3 videos, including this one.
Yeah, but those aren't all of them. There are only 3.
Yeah.
Unless there are only 3.
Just deletes all of them. Nope. Alright, so today we're just going to be talking about some sequels to games, is what you suggested.
Yeah.
And draw at the same time.
Basically, what I suggested was, we would create our own ideas for sequels of games that have already existed. I chose Pikmin. He chose Super Mario Odyssey. So his is the second, mine is the fourth, and we're going to be talking about them and drawing images of them. Whether they're going to look nice or awful, we don't know. Probably awful.
Yeah, determined by my drawing.
So
Right.
we can start. That's not white. I need to change that. I can't have a slight gray tint around my 4.
So, I'm just gonna, I don't know, start a new tab of this, I guess. And
So now I guess you can talk about yours first.
yeah, so I had an idea for, like, Mario Odyssey 2, for, like, where Mario and Peach would be the main characters, so you could have 2-player, and if it was only 1 player, Peach would just follow you around.
Oh my god, Mario and Peach in a Mario game? Incredible. And I'm assuming, since Peach is the second character, Tiara acts as a second Cappy?
Yeah.
I see.
And the main storyline, like, starting off, would be that, everyone's vibing in the castle, and Peach is about to bake a cake, and then Mario looks at her like, no, don't do that. That's ended terribly the last 1,000 times. And so then they order a cake to be delivered to their house, or castle, I guess. And, Red Toad comes in with this cake, and then it's too big, he wobbles, and then drops it over. It falls out the window. And then Mario looks out the window, sees the cake fall into the river, stares out the window like, aw man, I miss my cake. But then...
Damn, we paid a lot for that and skip the dishes.
And then he hears a big noise and looks up and he realizes that Bowser's ship is there, because why not? And Bowser just fired a cannon, breaks off the top part of Peach's castle, that falls in there and stuff. And, so then,
and Rebel crushes everyone and everyone dies.
Nah. So what happens is Mario just, like, looks up at Bowser, and then Cappy tries to look, but then falls off and brings Mario down with him.
But he can fly.
I know. So Then
Like,
Peach, yes. So then Peach looks over the edge like, oh no, Mario, and then falls off the the windowsill too.
uh,
And
and
then Bowser fires a massive cannonball, and that just blows up the entire castle.
oh dang, that's gonna cost a lot to repair.
They don't care about that part.
Mario's gonna need his builder outfit.
So then, so the things fall into the river, and Mario and Peach duck under this random thing to safety, and then it cuts to the Luigi and the Toads who are hiding under a big like protection thing.
Yeah, convenient.
And Bowser just kind of uses an abduction ray, and he just makes it, or he just kind of brings them, and then just brings them into a cage, and then
I thought they were gonna fall down into the river and then it like washed out to a cool island where they'd go on an adventure to get back.
You see, I was thinking, so, like,
You seem really unsure about everything you're saying.
yeah, I don't know.
Is that as far as you've gotten? No kingdoms?
Yeah, I haven't really made any kingdoms. I've just kind of made the start
We'll
of the
make those
story.
up along the way.
I mean, I do know that, the,
I'd say if I was making one, I'd probably have, probably, first thing comes to mind is like a cave kingdom, where it's all in a cave. And you're able to capture little dynamite sticks to blow up different spots.
yeah. Smart.
Or as one of those sentient thing captures, you could capture a minecart or maybe a pickaxe to do one of the like one-off moon things, like with the cactus or the tree or the rock.
Yeah. So, like, that was my idea. But, what are you gonna do?
Well, I chose Pikmin 4. Not the YouTuber.
Okay.
The sequel to Pikmin 3 Deluxe. Or just Pikmin 3. So if I were to go on the whole story, it'd be really long and way too long. That's it. It'd just be too long. So I'm just gonna go over a couple new things. So the highlights of new Pikmin games, for anyone who likes them, because they're not that popular. RIP.
Alright.
Are obviously the Pikmin.
Whoa.
Each game usually introduces each time they've introduced two. Pikmin 1 just had red, blue, and yellow Pikmin. Then Pikmin 2 introduced purple and white Pikmin. And then Pikmin 3 introduced pink and rock Pikmin. Which some of the existing ones already got upgrades. And I have 1, 2, 2, 3. 3 new Pikmin.
Okay. Let's hear 'em.
Well, I guess I'll start drawing. I'll explain them as I start drawing.
Okay.
So we'll start off with the first one. We got you can start drawing a kingdom or something, or just like the start of it or something.
Okay.
So first off, we got the one Pikmin. We got the wood Pikmin, and yes, their little leaves have been replaced with pieces of wood. Meaning now, whenever there's fire, they can keep it on their head for a while to bring it to light up certain areas or to activate certain things.
Okay.
That's really about all they do. If you throw them in a pile and you can have a big fire which reaches tall places. So maybe you need to burn a branch down to get a high-reaching fruit or something.
Okay.
Because you do need to collect food, like in Pikmin and 3 Deluxe, to live.
Yeah, that makes sense. If I didn't eat, I'd probably die.
Yep, living is important.
Not much.
PSA, kids, eat to live. It's important.
Listen to the random stranger on the internet.
Because they're always right.
Well, in this case we are, but not in most cases.
This is also a PSA on how random strangers don't always know the correct things.
Listen to us, kids. We're smart.
Except, if you should listen to this next time, where we ask you to subscribe.
It's not time for that yet.
So that's about all for the wood Pikmin. Then we have the slime, sticky, goo Pikmin, whatever you want to call them.
Okay.
I've settled on sticky Pikmin. They're light green and all sticky. So what they can do is if there's a tall object, they can climb up it by sticking to it and pushing themselves up it. They can carry a couple Pikmin with them. If it's purple or rock, they can only carry one, or the upcoming Robo Pikmin. That's about all for them, but it's, pretty important. There'll be lots of tall objects. Then there's the Robo Pikmin, which do the most. Mainly, they can turn valves, which will turn on elemental things, like turn on wind tunnels, water, earth, flames, electricity, a whole bunch of different things.
Okay.
So they can activate stuff like that.
Cool.
As well, as they're pretty heavy and they're immune to crushing, because they're metal. Can't really crush metal. And there's also some updates to some old Pikmin. Like, for red Pikmin, they can also carry fires on top of their heads like the wood Pikmin. But they just kind of are there so they can light up areas, but not much else because they're pretty small. And for yellow Pikmin, there's the biggest change. If you have a clump of them together, they can actually form their own little battery. So they can store electric charges.
Nice. Trying to draw Cappy. It looks like a duck.
That's nice.
I am listening.
Really, I'm just drawing the rough sketch of Pikmin. Doesn't look like anything right now. Oop, that's not what I meant to do. So you can store electric charges. Oops, didn't mean to zoom out. So you can store electric charges. What do I want to put on the end of it? They can store electric charges and be put into certain spots. For the water tunnels, all Pikmin will just get blasted out of them, except for water Pikmin. They can go through the water tunnels and to wherever it goes. Getting to a treasure or fruit or something. Whatever it is. I need a darker brown. Yeah. So I think I want the face lighter. Don't question why one hand has 2 fingers and the other has 3.
Okay.
That's just there, because why not? Gotta make the leaf. So for what you'll be collecting, you'll be collecting fruit, and as I've already said, so you're alive. Pretty important.
Yeah, very important that people live, you know?
Yep. Oops. You can collect treasures for money, which will get you a better rank, and money is always good.
Money is good.
Currently, my Pokemon looks like, what's that Pokemon?
Who's that Pokemon?
Who's that Pokemon? It's awful.
I've made Peach look like that one character from the like Rapunzel's mother.
Nuzleaf. That's who it is.
Ah.
The little wooden guy. Alright, so now that I have the rough shape, I'm gonna select, down, copy, so what are you drawing at the moment?
Not great drawings. I've currently drawn Mario 2 Odyssey.
I see. Odyssey.
I tried to write Odyssey, but then I wrote OOD-I-SEE.
Odyssey.
Odyssey. Mario 2 Odyssey. My favorite.
Ooh, dicey. Why don't you tell a story or something? Because there isn't much now to do but draw.
Yeah.
Got any story or anything?
Do you wanna, like, hear a story that you've heard or one you haven't heard?
I don't know, just something for the audience to listen to.
Okay, well, I guess I really haven't mentioned this before. So I was at my friend's house, like, a year ago. And we were having, like, a quote-unquote party. It was just kind of like a late night there. And, everyone was having fun. But the parents wanted us to get off our video games. So, one of my friends was like saw a bunch of like cushions and like pillows and stuff on the floor and had an idea and was like, hey, we could jump off the stairs onto the pillows and blankets and we won't get hurt because it's, you know, pillows and blankets. And so we were doing that. But my brother was like, all right, hey, like he kind of just like wants attention. He say he doesn't because he thinks he doesn't, but his body does. And he does literally anything to do that, whether it's like annoying the heck out of someone or like begging for something constantly or telling very dumb jokes or just flat out doing dangerous things. So he was like, hey, I want you to push me at a random time while I stand still on top of the stairs, and you're gonna push me, and I'm gonna try and not die. And I'm like, you're probably gonna get really hurt. And he's like, yeah, but that's on me, right? And I suddenly saw him get very scared, and I'm like, okay, you do you. And so I was about to push him, and then I did like, are you sure? And he's like, yep. And then I'm like, okay. So I waited about like 5 seconds, and then I pushed him. And then he did the stupidest thing imaginable. It's hard to describe it. He used his legs while he was falling midair to grab my legs and yank his legs back to his body while they were around my legs to pull me unwillingly and not like noticeable, and he just pulled me down the stairs with him. Now that would have been fine, it would have hurt my knees a bit, but we would have landed on the pillows and blankets. But we were midair, and we started heading towards the left, where there was the side of the stairs that happened to be sharper than about any, like, edge of, like, paper I've ever felt. Or, like, anything sharp. And, he noticed that and started directing away and let go of his legs around me, leaving me head first to crash straight into that.
Bruh.
So,
and then you died. As you can tell, he's clearly dead, everyone.
yes, I am very dead. But
We'll be right back.
So, I didn't, like, black out or anything, or, like, go unconscious. I was very conscious. Normally, that's good. It was not good. Instead of, like, me being unconscious and, like, not having to experience the pain until, like, I wake up, I had to experience, like, flat out right after it happening. And that, I screamed very loudly because my head had just been cut, like, all the way through. I still have a scar there. And, it didn't, like, go, like, to my skull or anything. My parents say it was, like, perfectly fine. But it felt like I had just, like, opened a crack to my brain and anyone could just reach their hand in and just take a part of my memory out.
I feel like that wouldn't be a part of your memory, it'd just be your death.
But it wasn't that bad, but it felt that bad. And I was screaming, and then my brother asked the stupidest question I've ever heard in my life, with me screaming, bleeding all over the ground. Are you okay?
You okay?
You okay? And
Yeah,
I just looked at him while crying and screaming. I'm like, do I look like I'm okay?
He's like, yep, bye. And then he waddled away.
But anyway, I went upstairs and I couldn't really talk. I was too busy screaming and yelling and crying. I was bleeding, and for some reason, I have the memory of my dad looking at me, saying, "Ooh, good cut," and then looking back at his, adult friend and kept talking. For some reason, that's the memory I have. And then, going outside, running to my mom, and then going to the hospital and getting that all fixed. But what actually happened when I told this to my dad, he says that was not what happened. What happened was I came upstairs, he was, actually sympathetic for the first time in my life, and I don't remember it.
Wow. And then he's like, ooh, that looks bad. And I think your bones need some hardening. Let me go get milk. And then he never came back. Is there anything else?
One sec.
Any reason why you chose Odyssey 2?
No, I just thought, I really like the game, like Odyssey, and it's been confirmed that Odyssey 2 is coming out, early 2023, or late 2022.
What other games might you have chosen?
Sounds like an interview.
It is.
It is a view.
On the internet.
Whoa.
Yeah. Any other games you would have chosen? Like Luigi's Mansion 75? Or Coophead? Or Kerbo? Or Zelda? Or Animal Crossing? Or Fit Night? Or Pokemon? Or Minecraft? Mario Maker?
No, it's not. Another game I would probably have chosen would have been something like
Mario Kart?
Yeah, maybe like Mario Kart,
Blood Band?
They've made Mario Kart 8, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe Plus. Just make Mario Kart 9.
No. We're gonna release a pass that releases its tracks. I think it's monthly.
Yeah, that's the DLC.
Yeah. Either monthly or whenever they feel like it.
Alright, well, that's gonna be it for now. I had a fun time with Techno, and, I'm glad we got to do this. So, thank you for watching. Subscribe if you enjoyed. And, I will see you guys next week. Bye.